My name is Tamathy. I grew up in a small town in Missouri. I'm the oldest of 21 children. There are 12 girls, 9 boys, no twins, same parents. And one of the things about growing up in such a big family is you develop a lot of skills that are really, important to have while you're in that situation. But then later in life, you don't really have much opportunity to use them. And that's really frustrating. There's no Olympics for, pouring bottles of milk in the dark without spilling it. The trick is you put your finger inside of the bottle. But even if you do spill it, you just wait because a cat will come along and clean it all up, the milk that you spilled. There's a lot of other skills that I learned. I learned how to go through obstacle courses really fast while chasing small naked children. Our house was a huge obstacle course. My parents kept adding on to it. It was a big house in the country, and we just kept tearing down other old houses and adding parts onto ours until it was huge and maze-like. And the kids worked out all these different routes that they could run, like figure eights, and little circles, and big circles, all the way through the house. And they liked to do this, especially the little girls, right after they got out of the bathtub for some reason. Especially the 4 little girls. We usually could bathe about 4 at a time in our tub when they were small. So we'd bathe the 4 little girls, and you're getting them out one at a time and drying off their hair and everything, and they get all excited, they're so happy, and they take off streaking through the house. And first they try to stay inside of the towel, like one big towel wrapped around all 4 of them. And they're running through the house, and so that's slowing them down. But once they get going, they just drop the towel and they run, and they're running in figure eights and you're chasing them. But there's a lot of other kids and dogs and cats and whatever else animals we had at the time in the way. Plus there's all the furniture, there's all the couches that my parents have collected. They're always getting new couches, and I don't know, it's a long story. It's a whole different story about couches. But there's a lot of couches in the way, and you keep having to go around all of the couches and chase these little girls. And one of the trickiest parts is they like to run through my parents' bedroom, and there was a doorway, a wide doorway in that room that was supposed to have a big curtain across. Not a door, but a wide curtain that you hung on a bar. But over the years, we didn't have enough closet space, and my mom started using that bar to hang up clothes, mostly little girls' dresses, until pretty soon that entire doorway was just hung with little girls' dresses and clothes. And so the little girls could run right underneath all of those clothes and slip through. But as you got taller, as I did pretty early on, I'd go to run through and go to duck underneath the dresses, and my hair would get caught in a button, and it jerked me back. And then the whole bar of clothes would come crashing down on top of me. And underneath that bar of clothes were all the hangers that were waiting for my mom to put more clothes on and hang on that bar. And if you leave hangers alone for long enough, they start to breed, and they breed by balling up into a huge ball of hangers, a giant nest of hangers. So after my hair caught on the button and the giant bar of clothes fell on my hair, then I would fall into the giant nest of hangers. So I get up and I'm getting out of that, stumble out, and then this is the other skill you develop in a household like this. You find out the worst things in the world to trip on. The worst thing in the world to trip on is one of those toys that has a wooden base and it has all these wires that come up and twist all around, and then there are beads on the wires that go all around so that you can play with those. One of those is always sitting strategically in front of the doorway where you just escaped from the nest of hangers and the giant bar full of clothes. You step right into that. It wraps around your calf, and then the wooden base comes up and hits you right in the knee. I have permanent bruises on both of my legs. But if you keep going, if you persevere, you'll catch the little girls. They're wet and slimy, so you're going to have to just jump on them and tackle them down. Plus, they're giggling hysterically. But we don't have an Olympic event for this. We need one because it's hard. And I'd really like to use this skill again. And I'd really like to see all of you do it. It's fun. Anyway, that's all I have to say.